Well, it has been a problem in Alabama for years, the remarkably high interest rates charged by payday loan companies. That's why we're searching for solutions to this all too common problem.
Tonight in our special series, Overcoming Poverty in Alabama, WSFA 12 News reporter Brady Talbert investigates what can be done to protect borrowers and why state lawmakers have been so slow to act.
Cash quick. Easy money. Those are the promises payday lenders are making Alabamians each and every day. It's cash, experts say, comes at a cost.
It sounds like you're calling it kind of a trap.
We call it a debt trap. We've called it toxic lending. We've called it predatory.
Robin Hayden with Alabama Arise says it's a problem across the state. People getting trapped in a cycle of debt, paying astronomical interest rates as high as 456%. Making it all but impossible to pay off the loan. She has sympathy and knows people fall into desperate times. When she was in her early 20s, she needed money to move out of her apartment. She considered a payday loan, which her bank offered at the time, but was given a word of wisdom from an unlikely source.
And the banker, thank goodness, said to me, "You don't need to do this. This is a terrible deal. We shouldn't even offer this." And to their credit, a lot of banks stopped offering these types of loans because they realized they were just exploitative.
A so-called exploitative practice Hayden now works to fight. She is the executive director of Alabama Arise, a group that backs state policies to improve the lives of Alabamians living in poverty. Payday lending companies will tell you their practices assist thousands of hardworking people in getting through difficult financial situations with programs that fit your needs. But Hayden argues they're taking advantage of people.
If I loan you money knowing at the front end that you're not going to be able to really afford to pay it back in 2 weeks, I'm also complicit in creating a cycle of debt.
And the cycle of debt could be further prevented if state leaders would step in. Alabama Arise wants lawmakers to consider a 30 days to pay bill. For example, instead of a borrower owing 17.5% in 2 weeks and the debt growing, they would have a full month to make that payment.
It's not the end-all be-all solution, but in states that have instituted this reform, they've actually found that about half of payday loan stores closed.
But here in Alabama, these bills are often overlooked here at the State House. In fact, this 30 days to pay bill was brought up in this year's legislative session, but lawmakers never passed it.
Representative Philip Ensler was rooting for the bill. Ensler used to teach at Montgomery Public Schools and saw how these loans affect families struggling to pay for rent and buy groceries.
I just was heartbroken at how unfair that was, knowing that they were trying to do the right thing and pay off their loans, but that they were expected to do so in such a short amount of time and also with such a high interest rate.
If this could have helped so many people, why didn't it go anywhere in the Alabama legislature?
Great question. You know, politics is a messy process, and as they say, you know, how the sausage gets made has a lot of factors.
Alabama Arise says the payday industry is powerful with lobbyists that can prevent these types of bills from passing.
What we have to do is fight back with people power.
They urge people to call their state representatives and share their concerns, but until there is meaningful legislation in place, Alabamians will have to protect themselves. Victims of predatory lending will tell you there are other options.
What's your advice to someone who is considering going to a payday lender?
Don't do it. I DoorDash. I DoorDash. I Uber. I Grubhub.
But if you're still considering a payday lender, Alabama Arise suggests visiting a nonprofit credit counselor or credit repair service.
They will give you the best advice. They're not trying to profit off of your dilemma.
Also, shop around. Alabama Arise says credit unions offer more affordable interest rates.
There are small lenders in Alabama who are regulated by Alabama Small Loans Act, and they're unable to charge those types of exorbitant interest rates.
Finally, although it may sound counterproductive, a credit card could be a better option.
Credit cards have their own pitfalls for sure, but credit card interest rates are capped at a lower rate than payday loans currently are.
Precautions Alabamians can take to protect their wallets and well-being, while payday lending remains legal and largely unchecked. Brady Talbert, WSFA 12 News.
Going forward, Representative Ensler says he's urging the Financial Services Committee in the legislature to bring up the bill that would bring that 30 days to pay to pass so they can potentially bring some relief to people who are struggling.
Now, we have reached out to representatives from the payday loan industry, but we never received a response.